Today I want to show you the simplest framework to take an ordinary presentation and make it extraordinary. Hey, my name is Sharan Srivastava. I serve as the president of Real. And in this video, I'm going to show you how I paid Tony Robbins, a speaking coach, $50,000 to teach me this one tip that has taken my presentations from ordinary to extraordinary every single time. I want to share with you right now. But here's the big problem. When we want to learn how to drive, we go to take driving lessons. When we want to learn how to play the piano, we hire a piano teacher. When we want to learn to play better soccer, maybe we get our kids coaching in soccer. But we sell and we present every single day, even though we don't know it. We sell our family, we sell our friends, we sell our colleagues, we sell our clients on ideas, on thoughts all the time. But no one has ever taken us through the process on how we organize this charisma and deliver it to somebody else. And just having a framework to do that will completely change your life. But here's what normal people do, including me. Here's what I used to do. I used to just open up Keynote or PowerPoint and I would just start building slides. I would get stuck on a blank title slide for a few minutes and I would change the title 12 times. Then I would add a story, maybe a picture. Then I maybe add a jiffy. Then I would add a transition or an animation. Then I would reorganize my slides and I would do it 3-4 times and I would still never get to that end result. And then it would take me 2, 3, 4 days and I would have a mediocre presentation and I would feel tired and sometimes even resentful. But now, using this framework, in under 20 minutes, I can create a world-class presentation. I can create it on the fly, I can create it on my iPad, I can create it on a whiteboard, I can create it on slides, I can just do it while I'm talking or on a podcast. Having the framework has allowed me the flexibility to take one simple idea and without stressing about it, to make it from ordinary to extraordinary. So let's dive into it right now. So there are two parts to this entire process. And the first part of this is called harnessing charisma. Because at the end of the day, if you don't have charisma and you selling an idea, it's gonna fall flat on its face. And to break this whole thing down, I'm gonna actually go to my iPad and show you all the pieces of this puzzle. So let's talk about harnessing charisma. If you are the presenter and this is the audience, our job is to take our best ideas and transfer it to the audience. What most people do is in our heads, everything is connected because we have years of experience. Everything is connected in our head. And what we end up doing is we take this jumbled web of information and we try to put it in their heads. That's a very difficult thing to do because now the client is confused and sad in this process because they don't know how to transfer all this charisma and the knowledge that you shared with them. But there's a better opportunity. We want to organize this charisma before we share it. And this is what Richard Green taught me. He taught me the idea of actually taking a presentation and breaking it up into pieces. And then when you take these pieces of the puzzle, it is very easy to take each piece and put it in their heads. So they're in their heads now, they have the exact presentation. The idea is to have what we call organized charisma. And when you can organize your charisma, powerful things start to happen because you don't want the sad way of you just dumping on them. You have the happy way of you actually getting exactly what they want to know. So now here is the second part of the framework and it's called format. This is not something that I came up with. I think a kindergarten teacher came up with this. And the best idea is if a kindergarten teacher can take abstract concepts and teach it to students, I think we can do the same thing with our family, with our clients, with our prospects, and our community. Let's go to the iPad and I'll actually break down the format framework for you. The format framework has 4 parts to the puzzle. And the 4 parts are the why, the what, the how, and the now or the next. And we were going to follow this framework exactly. I'm going to show you exactly what goes in the why, what goes in the what goes in the how, and what goes in the now or next. So let's break it down. The why, you want to set the stage for the people as the context of what's happening. There are 2 big pieces to the puzzle, which is why is this important? And why is this important right now? Because this allows people to know why this topic is important, why it's important right now. If by chance you're talking to a cold audience and the audience doesn't know you very well, you also want to talk about why me, or why you in this case. When they have context on why a topic is important, why it's important right now, and why you are the right person to deliver it, it gives them context to actually listen to the next topic. The next phase of this is the what. And the what is the 30,000 foot view on the strategy. So the what is maybe a framework or an idea. So you may say, hey, here are 3 ways in which you want to grow your business. Number 1, number 2, number 3. Maybe it's got traffic and systems and skills. They know the what. So they know the pieces you're trying to cover. They know that you're not going to be talking at them for the next 2 hours, that you're actually going to wrap everything into this one framework. It gives them a container to actually organize their thoughts. The what part of the framework is a container frame. It allows you to say, all right, there are 3 parts of the puzzle. It gives them 3 parts of the puzzle in their brain. And as you throw more complexity at it, it can actually work through that process. Now, the how is the most important. This is where we actually tell them what to do with their hands, what they're actually going to do, the steps involved. I think about the how as the steps. Hey, maybe this is a 5-step process to actually do whatever you're teaching them to do. This teaches them the exact process, the how and the next steps. So you're literally telling them the process. Hey, go do this, then do this, then do this, then do this. The big part about the how is the sequence of events. When you tell people the how and the sequence of events, they know like a recipe what they need to do next. And so it tells them how to measure, how to cut, what to cook, and how to serve. This allows people to understand and takes a lot of safety for them because they know that they can go back and go forward and know exactly what to do, so they do it right and they do it the prescribed way. Once you've told them, given them the context, once you've given them the container, which is the what, once you've given them the how, most people get overwhelmed. They don't know what to do now, or they don't know what to do next. They don't know the first domino. In a lot of ways, I think about the now and the next as the first domino. Now that I've realized this, now that you've taught me this, what do I do next? Think about it from a doctor's perspective as a prescription. We tell people right now what to go do next. So the doctor tells you, hey, you have a fever, go take this medication. Or the coach tells you, go practice this play. Or the piano teacher tells you, go work on this key. They tell you very simply what to do next. Now that you have the context and the knowledge, you know exactly what to do next. This allows us to always tell people, hey, now that you have all this information, go do this one thing. And you want that one thing to be solid. You want that one thing to be thoughtful. You want that one thing to be the first domino. Because when they knock that first domino down, other things start to happen very easily. So this is the most important part, because what it allows us to do, it allows us to give everything else extreme context and then tells them what exactly to do next. So we talked about this 2-step process of harnessing charisma and then organizing your thoughts. So you know that you've got to harness charisma and that's the way you get the information out to people, and then you organize your thoughts in the format, why, what, how, now, and next, so you know how to make any presentation. So you may be thinking, all right, Sharon, I understand it conceptually. How do you bring this idea to life? Well, I'm going to do it in a way which is extremely practical for you so you can go back and forth and look at it. I just made a video, which is linked here, on the 5 ways that you can double your database. I'm going to take that video and in a live format, break it down into format for you. So let's go to the iPad and I'll show you exactly how to break the 5 ways to double your business down right now. All right, right now we're going to talk about how to organize our thoughts in this format approach on the 5 ways to double your business. So the first session was on the why. Why is this important? So we talked about why is this important and why is this important right now? And so if I were to think about this, what's the reason to double our database? We know that our best clients come from our best clients. And that we know that if you woke up tomorrow in the morning and your database was 5,000 people today, and then it was 10,000 people tomorrow, you have a much better shot at winning. So now I can tell the story that, hey, if you just were able to double the size of your database and you did nothing else different, wouldn't it result in better business? So now I'm connecting with the big why associated with all of this. And then I can do a why me. And the why me is, I can say, hey, over the last 5 years, I've had a chance to organically double my database every single year, and I want to show you exactly the tactics that I use to do it. That creates safety. Now I've created a really good why frame. The next part of this puzzle is to do the what frame. The what actually will tell people, all right, what is Sharon going to talk about at a super high level? I talked about this as a 30,000-foot view or a container to give people the framework on how exactly to work through this. So if I were to talk about 5 ways to double your database, I would say, hey, here's the 5 ways to double your database, and I'm going to use a star. Way number 1 is to say we're going to do virtual events. Way number 2 is we're going to do a list swap. Way number 3 is we're actually going to use a raffle. Way number 4 is we're going to use community drives. And way number 5, I'm going to teach you about lead magnets. I'm going to even draw a magnet for you on that one, right? The best part of this is now I've created a framework and I've shown people that we can use exactly what we're describing to help them get to the next level. Now they know what's coming next. Now the how component of this is I show people exactly what to do in each step. So first I talk about the virtual events. Then I talk about the list swap and exactly how to do it and show examples. Third, I talk about the raffle and how to actually do the raffle. Fourth, I talk about the community drives. And then fifth, I give live examples of a lead magnet and how to drive more traction and attention to that lead magnet. This tells you the exact step by step by step by step, which lets people have a lot of courage and safety in this process. But then the question becomes, man, we've just talked through all of this. What should I do next? What is the first domino? What is the now and the next first domino? I know that it's overwhelming to do all of these things first. So what I would do is to say, hey, let's go do something simple right away. Here is the plan where in the next week, here's a playbook to create your first virtual event. Just have it for 15 minutes and do it on Zoom, and this is how you would do it. And I would give them the playbook to do that. This way, now you know, they have the why figured out, which is the context. They have the what figured out, which is the container. They have the how figured out, which is how to do each one of these things. But now instead of getting overwhelmed, I say, don't do any of that. Let's just worry about what to do next. Let's plan for a weekly playbook next time so you can start this process. This gives people confidence, and now they have the ability that they got great value from you. They have great information on what to work on. They can share it with their team, and they know which first domino to knock down first to get the result that they truly want. For your benefit, I'm going to PDF all these notes so that right down below you can click a button and get all of them so that it helps you build and grow this framework-based approach to your business. By the way, if you want to check this out and also check out this last video that I did on the 5 ways to double your database, where I actually show you the 5 simple ways to do that, you can click on this video right here. But while you're at it, go ahead and subscribe to my channel, because on the next video, I'm going to show you my most favorite thinking around how to suck less, meaning how you can be better tomorrow.